Hello, Namaste, and welcome back. I hope you have watched the introduction video. This presentation will talk about the actual practices to progress through the mental stages. A quick recap on mental mechanics. As we have discussed, that majority of time we dwell between -1 and -2, and very few moments in 0. The actual spiritual progress starts when you actively perform more in stage 0 and start practicing the techniques to move further than stage 0. These are the practices that you can start with. The first 4 practices does not go one after another, but in parallel throughout your daily movements. They give strengths to each other. The 5th stage of the practice is not the practice. It happens on its own as a consequence of the first 4 practices, or call it as a grace of existence. Opening up, spend time with nature, listen and swing with the music. Play, dance, fall in love, bring a playful child and the energetic teenager in you. Choose a job for living which you love to do. Develop compassion. Accept yourself. As an individual has very less or no control over the happenings in the outside world. As I said in the beginning, all these boxes need not to be checked before you move on. They are just guidelines which will enhance your ability to stay longer at stage 0, which is a creative state. Moving on, observe yourself. We need to understand nobody, no one, nothing else in outside world can ever take us over stage 0. It's your conscious and continuous efforts on your inner self can progress you further than stage 0. To begin with, start practicing these simple meditation techniques. Breath connects your body with your mind. Observing it will sharpen your mind. Observing bodily sensation will bring detachment with the body. Once you are detached with the body, you will experience a love which is without the skin encapsulated ego. Be completely neutral towards all the bodily sensations. Establish yourself in a pure love. Love should be like breathing. It should be just a quality in you. Wherever you are, with whomsoever you are, or even if you are alone, love goes on overflowing from you. It is not a question of being in love with someone, it is a question of being love itself. Love is not dependent on the object, but is a radiation of your subjectivity, a radiation of your soul. And the vaster the radiation, the greater is your soul. The wider spreads are the wings of your love, the bigger is the sky of your being. Experience reality. We need to understand delaying it now means delaying it forever. The future doesn't exist, only current moment, the now exists. Those who utilize these moments progress on the path makes the real progress, and the rest just end up with dreaming about it. Observe the thoughts dispassionately. That will stop mental chain of thoughts. You will feel thoughts floating and there will be intervals. And if you watch long, you will see that intervals are more than thoughts. Because each thought has to be separate from another thought. In fact, each word has to be separate from another word. Deeper you go, you will find more and more gaps, bigger and bigger gaps. Pure love developed in the form of pure prayer. Prayer is not for expecting something. Prayer means surrender. Prayer means bowing down to the existence. Prayer means silence. Prayer means I am happy. Establish yourself. Constant unconscious efforts are required to progress through all these practices to establish in yourself. Establish yourself as a pure observer of sensations and thoughts by keeping neutral view towards those at all the time. Observer or experiencer remains silent with no activity and no response for longer and longer moments. On devotional path, the devotee is lost and the devotions remained. A state where no recordings of a current happening is made into the memory. Bodily sensations and thoughts are arising and passing, are being observed in completely detached mode. No recording and no response to the sensation generates the freedom from the known. As per Osho, if you remain in pure observer and thoughtless stage for 48 minutes, then you ascend into the next stage or a realization automatically as a consequence of these intense practices. The sense of time, space, and existence is lost. All the experiences are no longer experienced as there is no experiencer left. This stage is the stage of true liberation, salvation. It's unity with the existence, unity with the creation and the creator. A curtain which was raised between the outer infinite universe and the inner infinite universe is fallen. A quick recap of the practices. Opening up, practicing meditation and devotional love to experience the reality and establish in yourself. And as a grace of existence, you will be omnipresent, active in all directions, still motionless. Now it's time to practice. Check out for courses and practice sessions at spiritualseed.com. Be well.